Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, towards the end of last season, we were all deeply saddened by the passing of our dear friend and colleague of many years here at Skegness Raceway, Ian Mitchell, affectionately known as Mitch. A true character was Mitch, who had given probably 40 years into oval racing. First knew him being involved with the Boston banger scene, and he was involved with the Bowls Over Benders and the Manton Manglers and those types of teams that had come over from the Brampton and Long Eaton circuits. And Mitch would come and race in Boston, throwing around a Triumph 2000, and really enjoyed his racing. And then Boston closed, and he still kept coming over here to Skegness and put himself forward to be part of our Scruiteneering team. And the introduction of what we now see as hookey bangers, back then was known as banger rods, when he used to run with a radiator in, and the first 3 laps was non-contact, and Mitch was instrumental into the introduction of that formula. He used to take part himself till he had a big crash over there on the back straight, hurt his ankle, and that was seemed to be the end of his racing days, but he carried on with the Scruiteneering. And he was very much, should we say, a poacher turned gamekeeper, because some people may try and pull the wool over his eyes, but he knew every trick in the book, because he'd probably done half of them himself. But you couldn't take him for a fool. He knew what people were up to, but at the same time, he went along his duties with a way of, how can we say, not trying to find cars that were wrong, but to make sure every car was right. And if he could help people get themselves right to be out on the circuit, and he could loan them some safety gear to make sure they got the right specification of gloves or whatever, he would do that to help people. And a real character who, like Hallam described, had a sense of humour that was second to none. Because he was so droll in what he could say, his catchphrases, living the dream and having a nightmare and all this kind of thing. Some things I can't repeat on the microphone, and some that stood out in the crowd. He had a phrase for that. And we are going to miss him so dearly, and of course our condolences and our thoughts going to his family, his wife Jan, his sons Ross, and of course racer here at Skegness for many years, Daniel, who now lives over in Australia. We will be making sure that this is all sent over to Danny as well through social media, so he sees what we put together. And at the request of the family, we would like everybody to join us with a minute's applause to remember Mitch as to what he brought to the racing. A true professional, a great character, and just got a heart of gold. And we really are going to miss him dearly. Later on in the year, at our domestic speed weekend, we are going to have tribute races for all our various formulas for them. But it was right on our opening day of our season here at Skegness that we just took a moment and we pay our respects and we remember with a round of applause. He's going to be sorely missed, bless him. Let's remember Mitch. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we dedicate that to Mitch. And Josh is here. He was instrumental in helping Josh get settled racing. He spent hours on this car, and he left him with the phrase, it's not how big your wallet is, it's how big your houses.